All right, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Paul Roberson. I'm an instructor here at Thrust Institute of Maintenance, coming to you with a tech kit. This is a Go kit that we can take for AOG services or for any type of general maintenance services. So this Pelican case, this is designed for airline travel, just quick little go trips, but it has everything that we need. So when we look at our kits, this is meticulously put together. So we have all of our basic hand tools that we're going to encounter. Of course, this is shadowed to help with making sure we leave with the same tools that we came in with. So we have to control FOD. So this helps me remember if I left my screwdriver. FOD is just foreign object debris or foreign object damage. So we want to keep that as low as possible. There's a lot of airports, a lot of services actually require shadowing in your toolbox to help with tool accountability. So some of the tools that we're going to take with us are going to be as simple as this little dentistry mirror. So we're going to use this to help look into spots that our eyes can't see. This is incredibly important for inspecting inside of panels, making sure that we don't have any FOD, or if there's anything loose or damaged inside of a panel or an inspection panel, we can see it with our eyes. Some of the other tools of the trade are going to be these mini drivers that are incredibly helpful whenever we have to take off panels, and we're able to do it with with actual ratcheting wrench instead of your typical screwdriver. But of course, we still have our screwdrivers for all of our panels, all of our access panels, to be able to get anywhere that we need to get in there. So these are obviously not all the tools that you'd have in your normal toolbox, just what we need to get out there and get the job done. If the first thing you may notice is there's not a full set of wrenches here or a full set of sockets, just because we don't have to have every size that we need. These are going to be all of your necessary sizes to get into most parts of the aircraft. We also have this right here. So we have a dual-sided ratchet. So we both have a 3/8 side and a 1/4 inch side. So that's going to cut down on the number of ratchets that we have to carry out, help us save weight. We also have a limited number of extensions, but it's all the necessary extensions. Same thing with our sockets. Our sockets are set up to where we don't have every single size, just the most important ones. So moving on to layer 3, we'll go through our next layer of organization. Here we're going to have our, what I call our percussive maintenance tools. So these, sometimes we convince a stuck part, but these are if we're actually in a bind. You'll notice that we still have another set of sockets here to help complement the other ones, just in case we need it. We do have our big breaker bar. We don't have to use these often, but when we do, we're glad we have it with us. And then moving on to our final layer, layer 4, we have our common hand tools, such as we have our safety wire pliers, we have our wire cutters, our snips, but most importantly, we have one of these. So some of you may wonder what this tool is. This is actually what we call a Ford wrench. So when Ford Motor Company first came out with their vehicles, this one wrench would fix anything that you needed to do on those trucks. We still use these today. They're incredibly important for our toolkits. They're handy. We can use these on the center nuts on the wheels. They will adjust out to just about any size we need, and they are just absolutely perfect to have in your toolbox. Now, of course, if you're just starting out in the trade, the main thing that you have to concentrate on is just the basic tools. So I would suggest a 1/4 inch SAE socket set, a 3/8 inch socket set, and then safety wire pliers, your needle nose pliers. Ford wrench is always great to have around. And then of course an adjustable wrench. Something I would not put in these boxes would be full sets of sockets and full sets of wrenches because it starts to weigh you down over time. You really need to take it down to the tools that you can get by with in order to get the job accomplished. Of course, you know, I have a ton of tools on my actual shop toolbox, but I'm not going to take all that with me. You know, that's several hundred pounds versus something that's 30 or 40 pounds. One of the things that I would add to this kit would be a light. So adding some lights in here would be awesome. That may come in the future. Also headlights, so they'll easily go in these bags. Now this box is TSA compliant. You can take it to the airport with you. You just have to check it on board. So it's not going to be your carry-on, obviously. But yeah, if you're just starting out, just concentrate on the basics, build up from there. Now, to get a case just like this, the case by itself is right under $300. You have probably about $300 in tools. And then the foam inserts themselves, this foam is designed for shadowing toolboxes. So you're looking right about the $200 range total for foam. So total, you're looking about $600 total for this. Just starting out though, you can get a good just to-go kit, you know, for right around 200 bucks or so, depending on what your need is, what industry that you're in. So yeah, it's just some ideas. Once again, my name is Paul, instructor here at Thrust Institute of Maintenance. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and share in the comments, what do you carry? What's in your box? What do you prefer? Yeah, we look forward to hearing from you.